Hello and welcome to the Critically Clueless Monk, and today we are going to be doing a review slash first impressions of Wild Hearts. Now this game has been published by EA and it's been developed by the same people that gave us Dynasty Warriors. Now this game is on the PlayStation, the Xbox, the PC, and will set you back a whopping £80 for the deluxe version of this game. This is a full price game, and if you don't know what Wild Hearts is, if you've never heard of that name before or seen a trailer, let me say two words to you: Monster Hunter. This is another Monster Hunter-esque game. It's really nice to see a brand new addition to this genre, because the Monster Hunter did take the world by storm. Now, Wild Hearts has an interesting setting because it's actually set in ancient Japan. And to those who still don't know what type of game this is, basically you play or take on the role as a hunter. You must track down these monsters or these kimono and break them down, get materials from them, and you level up from that. You upgrade your weapons and from the monsters and beasties that you manage to track down. And some of these beasties are absolutely fascinating. You can also do this online and do this with friends. In fact, some of these monsters you kind of almost absolutely need to do online and allow other people to come into your world. Although if you want to play this completely solo, you can do that too. Now, not too long after you start, you get a chance to create your own character. Please just say that Wild Hearts actually does a pretty good job of this. There's plenty of things here for you to cycle through, for you to actually customize a character and be satisfied that you have your own unique character. You want to be going all crazy, you kind of have the options to do that too, but the customization actually works pretty well. Now, one of the elements about this game that I was surprised to see in it is that it actually has a build mechanic. So as you play through the game, you unlock new recipes and you're able to build up off the fly. The only thing I can really compare this to is perhaps Fortnite, in a sense that you have, build-in recipes already listed. It definitely plays interesting. It's a new element to add on the Monster Hunter genre. You get to build these structures, use them to your advantage, and of course in doing so you also have to go around scavenging and grinding for the materials in order for you to be able to do this. In reality, in gameplay, it works really well. You can create simple structures like a 3-block high wall, which then you can use for, say, a height advantage to launch into a comboed attack on unsuspecting prey. But as you move through the game, move deeper in the game, you get bigger and better crafting recipes as well. And of course, you learn how to actually do this a little bit more easier and a little bit less clunky. On top of that, you can actually create yourself your own little villages, your own little bases. And as you move through the different regions in the world, you're able to do quite a lot when it comes to creating your own villages, including setting up your own zip lines, making it easier for you to traverse through each region. Now, there are 4 different types of regions within this game. Each of them are going to be full of monsters and kimono for you to battle, for you to hunt down. And while there is a story to this game, and while you will meet many NPCs within this game to tell you a story, to give you direction over which hunt is next, the basic gameplay loop is very, very simple. You hunt down a monster, you get some better materials, and you upgrade your weapons. It's as simple as that. It's a classic gameplay loop, which is very, very familiar with this genre. I think what works so well happens to be the co-op side of it. This is an online multiplayer co-op. You can have 3 of you in any one world. They can seamlessly join your world. You can join their world. Even if you don't have people to play this game with you, it will find someone for you. In fact, you have an option at the beginning of the game to turn on crossplay, turn off crossplay. And it seems to work really well. I've played with people all over the world, taking on some of these bigger, badder monsters, and I've had a lot of fun doing so too. Where this game fails at, and I really hope it is addressed further into release, is the graphical issues. At times this game can look absolutely appalling. You know, your character, your frame rate's just dropping so low, you're struggling to actually determine what is supposed to be on your screen, and especially when there is weather conditions added as well. Like, the graphical issues in this game are just a problem. It's a real shame that the frame rates don't seem to keep up. Hopefully it's addressed, because on the whole this is a big game, it's a fun game, and perhaps only gets better and better the more you play it as well. I've got to admit, as someone who's not too familiar with this type of genre of game, I did find the game a little bit clunky in the controls when it comes to the actual combat, you know, using the various different weapons, some of them being easier than others. I did find it really clunky, really difficult to move up. My camera angle seemed to be all over the place. You can seem to constantly recenter your camera angle, but I found it a little bit tricky, you know, during combat to do this. That brings us to the voice acting within this game. The voice acting is actually done pretty well. There are several NPCs that bring us stories of, you know, the next monster that they want us to hunt down. These are completely skippable, of course, but personally I actually enjoyed these different cutscenes, the voice acting. It's done really well, and I'm really glad that they included it in it, because it really helps to bind this game together and the story together along with it. Although the story isn't the main focus of this game, it's nice to know that it is elements of it about. How can I possibly
repay you? I'd be dead by now if it wasn't for you. Sorry, I'm Natsume, a blacksmith from Minato, the small town just beyond here. I came to collect materials, but I must have been knocked out when the kimono attacked. That's the last I remember.
All in all, I think that Wild Hearts is actually a very well put together game. Yes, there's graphical issues. Yes, it's clunky. It's not the most perfect game out there, but it's taken a unique approach to an already established genre, introducing this, you know, in-world, in-combat building process in. I actually kind of like it. I feel like it is a step they didn't have to take, but it works really well. I'm not a huge fan of Fortnite myself, and so I was a little bit dubious upon, you know, learning that's how this game worked. But you know what? It adds a certain element to this game that I actually really enjoyed, and an extra layer of depth as well. While Wild Hearts may not be the quickest, easiest game to kind of understand and get stuck into, given a little bit of time, I see this as being an absolute win. Hopefully the developers do look after it a little bit, maybe sort out and stabilize the game's graphics a little bit too. This could be a real Game of the Year contender. I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10 for now, and revisit it later at the end of the year. Hopefully by then it has been given a little bit of TLC. But if you've had a chance to play this game, let me know what you think, and if it's going to be a game that you're going to be jumping on and want someone else to tag along with you, let me know down in the comments. Hopefully there's a few other people down in the comments as well that are looking for extra players to join them. But if you stuck around to the very end of this review, a big thank you to you. Don't forget to comment Red Banana down below, just to confuse all those people new to the channel or that didn't watch to the very end. And did you know that we have actually released our own novel here on the Critically Clueless? It is called Seven Broken Unbound. It is a dystopian cyberpunk action story about a character who was taken away from his family and thrown into prison. It's currently available on paperback and ebook, and completely free on Kindle Unlimited, and the link for it is down in the description. But until next time, I've been a monk, we've been Critically Clueless, and I will see you in the next video soon. Until then, take it easy and